Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this team and how they came out early and scored big in the fourth and then just kind of added along. I'm looking at the box right now, and there were hits up and down the lineup, which was wonderful to see. I think we talked yesterday, there's maybe 4 hitters who had the majority of hits, but I'm looking at this now and going all the way down. It's really impressive. Probably one of the longest bombs I've seen here for sure. And I'm thinking about Ilana was in a position where I could have called for a bunt, but she has got a different focus right now. And I think you're looking at a very hot postseason hitter here. So I didn't want to take the bat out of her hand. I wanted to see what she would do with it. And she's just coming through big. So I'm really pleased with the pitching staff. They gave up 2 runs over the course of 3 games. We run ruled all 3. I've said this team hasn't peaked, and I'm starting to feel something about this right now, and it's pretty exciting.
All right, we'll pass the mic around for questions.
Patty, how does it feel to be in the third base box? I mean, Alana can bunt, she can hit home runs. Parker goes 285. Cassidy, is so hot. And as you just pointed out, up and down the lineup, you can. Right now, you can almost call anything and it works. It's got to be a good feeling for you.
It is, and I think we started as like a bunt and run kind of that kind of team, but shout out to Joe, our strength coach, and some of the things that these guys have been doing to get strong. Their swings have changed and for power. So there are bunts here and there, but right now they're swinging so well. I don't want to. Yeah, it's just strength, and it's preparation, and it's hard work, and it's listening to game plans, studying game plans. Really helped this team.
Just
Patty, kind of along those lines, you mentioned some bunts, but you're getting some power hits too. But overall, it seemed like through the weekend, you guys are doing a really good job of getting runners on base and then bringing them home consistently. Just how important is that, and then the different ways you guys are able to do that just through the course of the week? How do you kind of analyze that?
Yeah, it certainly does help pitchers more than anything. It's when you can score early, then they should be able to kind of settle in. So that's a big part of it. It's setting a tone. That's a big part of it as well. It's playing from ahead versus playing from behind is a different feeling. The one thing that I remember more is the things we didn't do right. I'm that coach. Some base running mistakes or a few things that I think we scratched our head on, but talk about it. We try to fix it, and but overall, I mean, I couldn't be more pleased at the fact that this team is starting to hit on all their cylinders.
Ella, for you, sort of following up on what Patty was saying about you. First of all, it looked like when you got back to the dugout, the cameras caught you. Almost a disbelief when you're talking to your teammates. Were those conversations like?
It was definitely shock. I think the first words that came out of my mouth were, I don't ever think I've hit a ball that far. So just that genuine feeling of just being shocked that I did that was really funny. And everybody around me was like, so I think just that reaction was just inevitable.
Well, you answered my follow-up question there, saying that was the farthest one you've ever hit. So I'll ask you, just how are you feeling at the plate right now? You hear what Patty said about your ability to hit in the postseason, and just what's this at least start of the postseason been like for you? Given where you've been the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm. I'm just excited, and especially since this is my first ever time being in postseason, it's really special, and I'm just really confident in my teammates, and I think that's what's helping me play so free, and all of us completely are just free because we're so confident in each other to get the job done that we can just play free and be in the box and just be free.
Pass the chat, please.
Got one for Ella and one for Ella. Ella, we talked with the coach on Wednesday about just how she feels this team has matured so fast. When you look at all the freshmen, all the transfers, and this was a regional like we've seen the last 4 years, just business. Like, what does that say about the team's growth to be able to do that on your opening weekend of the tournament?
It just goes to show how much we bond and connect off the field. We do a lot of work doing that and making sure that everybody has a sense of togetherness, not only on the field, but off the field. And it makes me really excited to see what we have going forward and really looking forward to this coming weekend.
And Ellen, you mentioned just then being, free mentally. Anything else working for you that's got that little extra bit of power for you here these last couple of weeks?
I don't know. I'm really just trying to pass the bat. That's my mindset. It's never really to do anything big, but just to find a way to pass the bat to my teammates.
Lana, were you surprised the bunt sign wasn't given to you? Just your mindset throughout that entire play through.
I trust coach decision. I was just trying to read the defense and really just find a way to continue to pass the bat. But if she called it, I was ready for it for sure.
Patty, you had opportunities, I think, all 3 days to get some of your younger players on the bench into the game. How much is that going to affect your games now and for the future?
It's important. This is a big moment, and you could feel it. It definitely feels different than a regular SEC game. It has that championship feel about it. And to get our pitchers on the mound, extremely important. They kind of come first, and each one of them had an opportunity. Giving some of these other guys who've been waiting, they're training, and they're waiting, and they're waiting, and they're waiting. And to get that opportunity, what I love about them, some of them took walks when they could have just swung out of their shoes. Like, here's my one shot. They took a walk for the team, came around to score. That's maturity and the approach and the gamesmanship that they understand about walks turn into runs. And so they gave up their opportunity to swing, and they probably would have swung at anything, but that's what I love about them, is that they get it. They get what we're trying to do.
Oh, James Jackson, back.
Coach, along the lines of that, what did you think about Sam Lynch throughout this regional? You had to keep her pitch count down well enough to where she can pitch all 3 games for you. What did you think about her performances just about them so far?
Yeah, I loved it. I think the one thing she would take back up, and it bugs her so bad, is the error. She has a very, very confident and she is very proud of her defense, and she should be, because she is really good with it. But when she does something like that, I feel like, oh gosh, okay, she's gonna start to, and she held her own, she handled it well. I thought there were times when she was throwing a few too many balls. I think she would tell you that, like, throughout the weekend. But giving up 2 runs over the course of 3 games, that's pretty stout pitching staff.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.